All the links to the original posts are given in the description. So now let's head straight to the video.
I proposed to my BF and he said no. Been together for 4.5 years. We live together also. We've talked about marriage before in the past. About 6 months ago he said he wanted to wait until next year. But since then he's been talking about marriage a lot. Our kids, we've talked about starting a business together, and I've heard him say that he should get a ring for me. Over the past couple years, when talking about other couples we know who are considering marriage, he always says, "Man, if anything we'd be better suited for a marriage right now." I thought something had changed since our conversation months ago. I had asked him a couple things leading up to it. How would you feel about women proposing? Do you think it's okay to propose in the moment when you're feeling it? Or do you prefer if it was more thought out? And then a few weeks after I had asked that, I asked him, you remember when I had asked about feeling it in the moment and asking, like, do you still feel that way? And he responded, if you want to ask me something, then just ask. I thought I couldn't be more obvious and that was a sure confirmation. So about a week after that, just chilling at home, I was looking at him and just felt blissfully happy, and I had asked him if he would marry me. And like the title says, he said no. The reason he gave was financial reasons and that he isn't ready. Immediately after I asked, and he told me about his financial reservations, he changed the topic, started asking about dinner while I had tears running down my face. And then I left the room and went into our spare bedroom. After about 10 minutes he came to the door and asked if he should come in or not, and I said no. So he made dinner, I came back out, ate, and went to bed. We talked about it again the next day, and he told me that I had caught him off guard. I feel like his financial reasons are valid, I just don't feel the same way about it. I just want to marry him, but I don't resent him for feeling that way about finances. We just aren't on the same page about that. And that's okay, I don't want to pressure him about that. Since I asked, we haven't been intimate. Every time I want to cuddle, it looks like he braces himself, and if I want to kiss, it's just a small peck after days of not having any other kinds of physical connection. He said he wants to wait, and that he's not ready for marriage yet but can see himself marrying me. But I just don't know what else we'd need to be waiting around for. I just kind of feel like if he wanted to marry me, then he would. Or at least I'd know for sure. But I'm questioning his commitment to me. And all of this now, too, the lack of physical connection and just in general how we've been since has made me wonder if this relationship is right. I want a partner who reassures me, and I feel like I do that for him. I know that marriage is a serious topic and people can react in different ways about it. But after 4.5 years, I'd think we could talk about things better than this. And I just don't even think it's on his mind anymore. I was trying to bring the proposal up again about a week later by saying that question I asked you last week. And he was genuinely confused as to what I was referring to. I just feel like he doesn't care about it as much as I do. And ever since the last time I brought it up, I've been getting an ick that almost seems to be growing. I've just been nitpicking things about him in my head. And I don't think it's healthy. Along the lines of, he leaves floss picks all around the house. Hangers everywhere. I wish I had more help. Why does it feel like I need to beg for help? These are thoughts that I've been having since before I proposed. But I'm wondering if I can move on from this proposal stuff, or if this just created a larger issue that needs to be worked on. Am I rushing things? 4.5 years is a while, but I know that we are young. Please let me know your thoughts. I feel like I need as much advice as y'all are willing to give. TLDR, I proposed to my boyfriend and he said no due to financial reasons and not being ready. Haven't been physical since past 2 weeks. Makes me question our relationship. Few responses from the community. Response 1. I always think it's interesting when money is the objection when a couple is living together. I assume you're covering your bills now. What will make life more expensive when you are married? A large, expensive wedding is not necessary, nor is it mentioned in this post as an expectation. Is it? Yes, you're young, but you've also been together a while and live together. Do you want to wait around another 5 years and have him decide he's still not ready? Only you can decide if you're okay with that. Response 2. When the blinders come off and you start realizing you aren't getting what you want from him, then it's only a matter of time. B. See, your resentment will grow. I would be honest. Him. Tell him how you are feeling, but say you feel there's been a change and you don't feel your needs are being met. He may be feeling the same way. Don't be afraid to move on. Response 3. I could maybe get behind not being ready and having financial issues to take care of first. You may be able to work through that. But what is concerning to me is the seeming lack of care that he has for you in this situation. He told you no to a marriage proposal and just expects you to take it on the chin and move forward. If he had asked the same question and you had said no, would you have just changed the subject and moved on? My guess is no, because most people have something called empathy and would at the very least acknowledge that you were hurt and talk more about it, or tell you they would give you space. He instead is avoiding your feelings and giving you no support and seems very nonchalant about the whole thing. You need to sit down with him and really communicate how you are feeling. If he can't reciprocate that communication, you have more than finances to work on in this relationship. You can suggest therapy for one or both of you, but at least for me in this situation, I wouldn't want to be with someone who couldn't figure out basic empathy. That is a foundational issue that could cause major resentment over time. In the end, it is up to you whether to stay or go, but I think you are right to look back on your relationship so far and analyze what is important to you. Response 4. You live together. It's been over 4 years. Marriage and wedding are different things. You don't need to have a stack of cash to get married. You need cash for a wedding. When folks cite financial reasons for wanting to hold off on getting married, it always makes me uncomfortable. You guys are already living together and managing shared assets. What's the reasoning here really? Is he waiting until he has enough cash to have a massive showy wedding? Or does he feel like he's not financially stable enough to be a married person? Because, if that's the case, if he's saying he doesn't feel financially stable enough to be a married person, then what's he doing living with someone, acting like a married person? You folks are already living as if you are married. Is the house his? Is he afraid of having to share assets? Does marriage signify starting a family immediately? What is it about being married that will cause him to need to be better off financially? Is that actually the reason, or is it a convenient hurdle? I don't think this guy wants a marriage with you. If you suggested popping down to the courthouse for a license, would that alleviate the financial hurdle? I doubt it. I'm so sorry. But when a person is getting everything they want already, and they don't really see a need to be married, well, it usually results in them dragging their heels because it's not something they really want. It's not a priority. Chap has no business naming the words marriage or children to you. I feel like there's a risk that you are being strung along here. You have the right feelings and motivations, it seems. I'm not sure he has. Response 5. No is a complete sentence. He didn't smile and kiss you and enthusiastically say yes. You can't go back from this. There are things such as long engagements. But he said no. Take it as no. Figure out what your life now looks like without him. You've been dating your whole adult life. This is going to shift you in so many ways. Boy, does this suck. But now you need to leave. Because he said no. He's fully allowed to say no. But now you know that he doesn't want to marry you. And you need to act on that information. When is your lease up? Is it soon? What are the practicalities of breaking up? Is there a place you can go for a bit? Visit your folks, crash at a friend's, use some hotel points to decompress. If so, pack a bag and take some time. Talk to friends, talk to family, process this with people who love you. He will realize that he messed up and he'll try to convince you not to go. This will be a mistake. Go anyway. When you're ready, you have to pack up and move out. You have to figure out what your new adult life looks like. There's a broken heart and live with disappointment. That's going to take energy, so take good care of yourself. You'll be fine, better than fine, in the long run, but you can't see that now. Just know it to be true. If you like the story, hit the like and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.